You're
But
getting like the fresh, just listen to like sports radio talk show, like fired up for like some asshole that we don't know about.
all right.
Uh,
I saw a funny. Oh, sorry.
No, no, go ahead.
I saw a funny clip from like this New York Sports Talk radio show of some guy calling in about Grisham accepting qualifying offer. He went like berserk for like a full minute about how he's back.
Dude, I saw the same thing like 30 seconds into it. It just goes like unaudible English. It's literally
Yeah.
just him screaming about. You hear like Gallo, and then you hear like, what was it? He goes Stanton, and then it's like all these random player names.
Honestly, it's a 1 year deal. He
It's a
did have
lot of money
he
though.
did have a good
20.
year last year,
Yeah.
but
It's probably worth it. Worth
he's
it both ways.
it's worth it if he's your fourth outfielder.
If it's $22 million.
You spend that money on Bellinger.
Yeah, but the way the Yankees operate, everyone gets injured all the time. You almost need a fourth outfielder.
No. They should have Dominguez. Well, we'll
Yeah,
start the
let's not even do the Yankees, please.
That
Jesus,
brings up a
God.
whole nother argument, though.
I can't do the Yankees right now. God damn.
Well,
All
it
right.
kind of segues into the NFL. Is every training staff in professional sports terrible? Because there's certain organizations that I swear never have injuries. And is it the training staff that important to professional sports?
I'd have to get my friend Zach on because I think it's Bob,
I have
start
no clue.
off and let's get this thing going.
All right. Welcome back to the Giant and the Jet. It is November 19th, episode 32. We have a very special guest on today, Kevin, a fellow Jets fan. The first time we've had a Jets guest on. So welcome, Kev.
Thank you for
Um,
having me, gentlemen.
of course, of course. We share misery, so it's nice to have a fellow fan on there. Oh, I guess Dusty's been on, but I feel like he's a fake Jets fan.
Dusty's only been on for horse racing though. He hasn't really been on for the Jets talk.
Okay.
Yeah.
He rides it out. He watches every game like we do.
We got a great episode today. So as Jets fans, and obviously I'm a Giants fan, I want to ask the question. So the Jets play the Ravens this week, I believe in Baltimore. The Giants play the Lions in Detroit. Are we all collectively at a point in the season? We're done watching these teams. We're in fantasy mode. It's all about fantasy football, and we just want these teams to lose to get a better draft pick. Or are we like, oh no, Justin Fields and Dart, we want them to still develop? Like, where are you guys as fans?
You
I
go
can go.
first. You
I
go
can
first.
go first. So I'll probably still honestly have it on my tablet. Um, I don't care about how the quarterback plays, but I want the team to be fighting. Like I don't want them to lose 20, 30 points to the Ravens. Like I want this to be like a 21-13 loss or something like that where, our defense kept us in it. They played hard. I think the coaching staff, like what the coaching staff is going to show at this point of the season is really going to matter. You don't want a team that quits on their coaching staff. So I'm still gonna keep watching. I'll have Red Zone on or Quad Box on the TV or something like that. But I will have the Jets on my laptop or a tablet or something for sure.
Yeah, same exact boat. We got to see what this coaching staff's made out of. I mean, win or lose, ideally lose. We still want to see like the coaching staff somewhat develop and, like you're saying, have some sort of highlight on player morale, whether it's our defense or maybe like our offense. We see guys that we didn't expect to be good step up. Be awesome. Maybe see an Isaiah Davis breakout. That'd be awesome.
AD Mitchell makes some catches instead of dropping the ball every time it gets thrown to him.
Yeah. Oh my God. I mean, it's painful. It's painful. You finally have the opportunity, man. But
I mean, I guess I'm just the complete opposite of you guys, maybe because we just fired our head coach. Like I would put it, and I actually wrote this in my next little thing. I would make Dart sit the rest of the season. Like, don't even come back. Like, the whole team is hurt. Put in Winston, put in Russell Wilson. Like, I know this won't happen because the fans will just crave Dart so much and he will be healthy. I don't know if he'll be in this week or I know he'll be healthy by next week. It's over for me. I don't care. I'm doing well in fantasy in two separate leagues, like well, not my work league because well, whatever. Um, I don't know. I'm just not like you guys. The better the draft pick, the better. I'm not gonna have them on. Maybe I'm not a real fan. I'm gonna be watching Red Zone, and I don't even know when would I tune into a Giants game. Maybe if they were in overtime versus Detroit, I'd switch the channel and have just the Giant game on in hopes they lost. Like I'm not like you guys. I really don't care about player development. I don't care about any of this stuff. We're not winning. I care more about I'm versing you, Kevin, this week in fantasy. I don't want Gibbs to score. So the only reason I would want the Giants to do well is to win in fantasy versus Gibbs.
Yeah, but I understand all that, except you don't want Dart to play. You don't want him to get these rookie mistakes out of his system so that next year he's more polished. He's going to get hurt. Like the likelihood of him getting hurt this year, assuming he's coming back fully healthy, versus next year is the exact same.
It's the exact same, but he won't have his starting running back. He won't have his starting right tackle, and he won't start with starting wide receiver.
So you wouldn't want him to be more polished when he gets those guys back.
No.
You wouldn't want really. You'd
I
want him
think
to be more raw
without those weapons, he is more prone. Remember earlier in the year when Patrick Mahomes didn't have the weapons, so he kept running the ball? But Patrick Mahomes is mature enough to slide and get out of bounds. I don't think Dart is mature enough to slide or get out of bounds. I think without these weapons, he's going to run, he's going to do everything he can to win. And he doesn't have the maturity or the coach, because we fired him, to tell him when to stop. Because he wasn't listening to the coach who just got fired. He's definitely not going to listen to this offensive coordinator. He's going to try to win games at all costs, and someone needs to stop him from doing that because he's not going to make it.
Jameis is going to try and win games at all costs too, though. Like I'd rather play the
Fine,
rookie.
go kill you. I love that about Jameis Winston, but Jameis Winston isn't a franchise quarterback. He's like a clown at weddings back in the medieval times. Like he's just a hilarious figure, and I like him. Go pray, cry, do everything you have to do. Give speeches before the games. Not our franchise quarterback.
I don't know. I
He's the
feel like
most
you need him to play. Like he needs to get reps in now.
No, no.
All
Just
right.
save him for
well,
OT.
okay. So next year, do you think? So you do everything perfect. You hire the right coach. You bring in the right guy. Maybe you build the O line a little more. Add some pieces of defense. Are you guys playoff contenders?
I can't say that.
I think they are.
Because if you think you are, then you play him now so that by next year he's ready to come out running. Because you can't have him next year come in and start throwing these terrible rookie picks, these mistakes where he rolls out of the pocket, makes a throw to a guy that he shouldn't make, instead he should just throw it away.
Can I give a counter argument? Another reason Dart should sit is I think right now the New York Giants are the number one coaching vacancy. I think because we're the Giants and because we have Dart, no, seriously, like we are going to be, we're going to get the top quality coach of whatever we're choosing, and we can outbid people because we're New York. If Dart gets hurt for an entire year, we lose that.
What injury is going to take him out for the whole year? Like an Achilles?
An ACL tear,
ACL, he's back by the start of next season. This point in the year.
Achilles, we're on that Met like.
Well, it's not even a season. It's any sort of like anything that hurts his athleticism.
Also, how many
So
concussions
I get the argument.
life? Like we can't just be count concussions we don't start the count for concussions in the NFL. We start the count concussions from high school. Probably don't have that data, but we do have the data from college. I don't quote me on this. I think he's on his fourth concussion.
I thought this one was his first
Let me look it up.
because I just heard on the radio.
I feel like he got crushed when he was at UFC maybe before he went to Ole Miss. I feel like he got crushed at least one or two times.
Well, yeah, and I think the controversy was that technically he's on his first, but he should be on like his fourth. Like he's kind of gotten just pushed to the side, and they're like, keep playing.
He gets taken out of the blue medical tent by the coach.
That was
He only had one concussion at Ole Miss, so
it was on his second.
it's his second concussion. But you're not really supposed to be playing with more than, I don't know the number, 4 or 5 concussions. Like that's a lot.
No. Brandon Cooks would argue against that. I feel like he gets hurt, concussed every year.
All these
I
all-time.
do have some hope though before we move on. This is a very dumb stat, but of the past 28 teams that are started 2-8 and had like a certain point differential, so like the 30 best point differential teams, the next year they improved from like an average of 4 wins to an average of 8 wins. The Jets are the 28th best point differential. The Giants are the 24th from this year of all time. So we do have hope both teams.
What?
It's a
Yeah,
real
but ours is
stat.
gonna get worse.
What?
Ours is gonna get
Dude, all
worse.
the 2-8 teams in history, their point differentials. Jets and Giants are in the top 30. We're gonna improve next season.
How many teams are there? There's got to be there. If there's hundreds, like I'll take 30th percentile, top
I,
60.
I I don't know the actual number. It was on Twitter. I just saw it and I was like, all right, well, I have some hope for both of us, me and Mike.
That's like
Maybe not though.
that's like when they throw out those stats. Like, when was the last guy who bat like in baseball who batted 312 with 26 home runs, 98 RBIs? This guy, and it's like, where do these stats come from? Like, but I mean, I'll take the stat. Yeah, we've been losing really, really close games. Games we should have won. Games with mental errors, games with crazy turnovers. So yeah, we're losing really close games if that's what the stat is saying. We also fired our head coach, so really nothing matters this year. We're going to hire a brand new person unless we keep this offensive coordinator, which I don't think we're going to do. Uh, Everything will be different. The entire culture of the team will be different. The schemes will be different. Everything will be different. At least you guys know what you're walking into next year.
New quarterback, same coaching staff. You guys are the opposite. Same quarterback, new coaching staff.
Don't you think in this segment should be the opposite, where I have my quarterback, so I should want to watch my team not give up and fight? Where you, I'm being serious, where you guys don't have your quarterback, don't you want the best possible draft pick possible?
Yeah, I don't want them to win, but I want them to play like a competent team. I don't want them to get blown out every game.
Yeah. Yeah, no, like you should definitely be locked in, like wanting to see your new guy play. But instead we're trying to watch X's and O's and you want to watch Red Zone.
Yeah. All right. Anything from you guys? I mean, the Giants, I said my piece. Anything else on the Jets before we move on?
No, they're gonna get killed this week probably, but good for my fantasy team. I gotta beat Big E, so
Yeah. It's so much pressure when you go against Patrick and Emilio, because for the viewers out there, all three of us are in the same league. Patrick and Emilio are so bad that like losing to them is it destroys you. Like I've won 6 out of 7. I lost to Emilio, and I think that might cost me the playoffs
The
because
most, you know,
if,
yeah.
if I lose my last three, 7 and 7, I might not make it. And like, how did I lose to Emilio? I scored 68 points that week. He scored only like 75. Like it's crazy.
it's also crazy that our league like 7-7 might not get you in a 6-team playoff, but it's just because of how bad Pat and Emilio are that like you have to win
Yeah.
7 or 8 games to make it. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I need to win one more. I think I got Kev, Alex, and then you, Bob. That's a hard 3 games. I need one more. Um,
I kind of need to beat you this week. I need to stop the slide.
I know
It's getting dangerous.
I need Kev to just keep losing and have a little panic.
It's bad. I need a bounce back win in the worst way.
Yeah.
I was like, I dude, 2 weeks ago, I'm like, oh, I'm winning this. I'm thinking about having the trophy on the couch. Like I was like thinking about I'm gonna take photos with it on the beach. But no, I'm stressing about beating Mike.
Go to Europe with it and each destination have the trophy, like in the Eiffel Tower.
A little flag out of it.
Yeah. All right, moving on to NFL storylines. We usually do 5. And so this is one of the story. I wrote this storyline immediately when we were talking about it in the group chat when I was talking about it with Nick. The question is, so it's kind of a longer question, and then after that, I'm going to let you guys talk for a while. So why are NFL teams so bad this year? So there's a team that's 3-7, and they have the 10th overall pick. Usually, a 3-7 record is like top 5. And then why are so many teams bad in this league for so long when the NFL is not in a negative way, but almost like communist when it comes to, I'm being serious, how equal they want to make this. The draft is in bad teams' favor. Free agency is in bad teams' favor. TV revenue sharing is insane. The TV revenue sharing, whatever number that is, they always make the cap smaller. So everyone's salary cap is completely paid for off the rip. There's a salary cap. There's franchise tagging to keep better players from going to free agency. How are these teams so bad for so long? What is your theory?
I think it's pressure. The pressure to win. If a team like the Jets are under the most pressure to win, because we haven't won anything in my generation, your guys' generation, is there a difference? I don't know. The generation before us, we haven't won in forever. So when you have the pressure to win, you're forced to make rash decisions that cost your franchise in the long run. If you're not going to bring in a GM, let him build an organization and then build it correctly with the players. So beyond just the coaches, but building an O line, D line like the Lions did, and then adding on the skill players like any team really should be built, then you're going to fold early and you're going to press restart and just keep doing it over and over and over again and never win. So
I
yeah, you can have a quick turnaround, but if you don't trust the process, then it's not going to happen.
I actually had something similar, just worded a little differently. I said like teams always want to play catch up. Like, the Jets draft Darnold. He probably could have been good but he doesn't have the pieces. So you try and get the pieces, but you have to get rid of Darnold because you don't want to, pay his contract. And then after you get all these pieces, you miss on the quarterback, and then you have to start the whole rebuild again because those pieces age, the quarterback sucks. So then you just get caught in this cycle of trying to play catch up. It's either that or you just suck at drafting. The Raiders, perfect example. I was watching the game on Monday night when they played the Cowboys, angry that they drafted Genty when they don't have an offensive line. I don't know how you are a team that last year had a terrible offensive line and you just run it back, but you try and plug in a running back. Um, so I think it's those two things. You're either, I guess, pressure or playing catch up, either way, however you want to look at it, or you just have a net GM after a net GM who doesn't know how to build a team, doesn't draft offensive line, thinks Geno Smith's going to be the answer, thinks drafting a running back top 10 is going to be the answer. Um, so that's how I think. That's how I think that bad stays bad. But what about you, Mike? I'm sure you have a nice theory on this.
Well, it's kind of what you guys said. I just think it's rushing, which is exactly what Kevin said. And then weirdly giving into fan appeasement. There's a really Jerry Jones's son. Is his name Steven?
Stephen Jones? Sounds right.
Whatever. He was telling a story about how his dad really, really wanted to draft Johnny Manziel, and everyone in the room was going up to all the real football people were in the room were like, no, we have to draft Zach Martin, who, if you're not a religious football fan, Zach Martin went to be on, he's going to be a first ballot Hall of Famer, like 10-time all pro guard. And they were so afraid of Jerry Jones to say no to him that they went through Steven, his son. And so finally Steven was like, Dad, we really need this guard. And apparently Jerry Jones, like, it's a really fun interview. You should watch it. Stephen Jones is like, yeah, my dad ripped it. He went with his son and the football people. And then after was so mad that he's like, you don't build this type of organization, not taking risk and blah, 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 blah. Like Jerry Jones just would like he just wanted the splash, the excitement. You know what I mean? So like I don't know. I think these owners are irresponsible. I think they listen to fans. I think they kind of just like roll the dice sometimes. And it's like you can't just this isn't a fantasy league where like Mikey got drunk and drafted CMC and A Chain. Yeah, that's paid off, but that was insane. Like but he's like, fuck it, I'll have fun this year. You know what I mean? Like, you can't just draft Kyle Pitts for fun. Like, you have to go in with a plan, with a strategy, build from the inside out. Um, it all comes down to owners interfering with drafts, hiring terrible people, hiring their family. If you look at the Giants, I mean, if Nick was on this, God forbid, the Giants, like, president of player development is like a grandson. Like you gotta get the family out of here. They're idiots.
Yeah, no, family trust in the family is dangerous
Good old
because these guys
nepotism.
they think they know everything, but they don't. You could bring in these guys are Harvard
Yeah.
level lawyers that are brought in to do scouting jobs, and
Bob,
you
isn't the
understand.
Jets guy
Brick?
video game playing Madden or something?
Yeah, he was making moves for the Jets based on their Madden ratings because of Brick Johnson.
Yeah, I mean,
It's like, come on.
I don't the NFL how the NFL sets things up, it's almost impossible to be bad for a long time. And the Jets and the Giants have been probably the two worst franchises since 2015. So 10 years. So, I mean, I don't know. I think it's
Ursay's daughter is good. We'll give her that.
for now. What is she doing? She's just on the sidelines. Just,
Quality control, baby. I like her. I don't know.
I mean, I don't dislike her. I just don't think she's doing anything. I think she's just listening.
We'll see. I mean, this is their best year in like what, 10 years probably, the Colts,
I mean,
since
I have a
Peyton
take.
Manning.
I have a take, but it's not good. They probably were great because that guy was dying and he couldn't interfere for like a year or two while he was on his deathbed. And now the Colts will probably suck again once his daughter thinks she knows what's going on.
We'll see.
So that might be, you might be onto something.
Uh,
You let the people, like you were just saying, you let the people that know what they're doing do their job
the
and look
only
how it
time
turned
the
out.
Yankees in the past 30 years were great was when Steinbrenner got suspended from baseball for 2 years. That's how the Yankees built their dynasty in the 90s. We already went through this, Bob. It's when George Steinbrenner tried to frame Dave Winfield, and
That was a wild story.
that is a true story. He tried to
Yeah.
frame Dave Winfield, so he got suspended from baseball. So real baseball people came in and built the team, and then George Steinbrenner came back and got all the credit. It was insane. So maybe that's what happened with the Colts. He died. Death.
I mean, wouldn't if you're an owner of a team, wouldn't that be like your goal? You already bought the team. Now you just put the pieces in place and let them go to work. And then yeah, year, 2 years, you get to come out and be like, yeah, I built a winning organization.
I
You
mean,
They
get
I
want
paid.
power. They want to have that the say. They're spending all the money. I feel like an owner, especially when you have all that money, you want to be the big dick in the room.
in a really, really, really cool way, I have a very minor example like that with my job because I do get to hire coaches, and then, I mean, I get the hell out of their way. I don't interfere. I don't interfere at all, even if I really disagree with what they're doing. I think in 4 years, only one time I was like, "You gotta tell me what that was. Like, what was that move?" And it was the only time I ever asked. The coach was like, "I forgot how many timeouts they had." He goes, I forgot. That was my mistake. And so the move made so little sense. I was like, okay, that it was crazy. But I don't know, I never interfere with coaches. That's why you hire them.
Simple.
Anyway. All right, moving on from that. Terrible owners. Really not that much to talk about, I guess. Uh moving on to the next thing. So, Kev, I don't know if you have the outline in front of you, but I'll just read the whole thing. So the question is, which team this week needs a win more? Is it the Chiefs, the Cowboys, or the Buccaneers? The Chiefs play the Colts, the Cowboys play the Eagles, and the Buccaneers play the Rams. What do you guys think?
Bucs, definitely. Definitely the Bucs. Yeah, because Baker needs to come back. He hasn't been playing like he was in the beginning of the season when everybody was like he could be MVP. We haven't really seen a Baker game like that in a little while. We need him to come back and show us that, he's going to lead them to a Super Bowl. The Chiefs, they could lose. People still have faith in Mahomes. I mean, it's going to be an ugly record, but they could still slide in. And then what was the other one?
Cowboys.
Cowboys
Cowboys.
home versus
Yeah,
the Eagles.
I never have faith in Cowboys. So, I mean, take it how you will. Eagles can walk them, and I wouldn't care less.
I have it opposite of Kev. What team needs to win more this week? The Cowboys, if they don't win this week, I think they're done. They're gonna have to run the table if they want to make the playoffs. So they probably need to win the most. The Chiefs second, can't lose three in a row. They already lost a tiebreaker to Jacksonville. If they lose this week, they're gonna need to probably go 5-1 to make the playoffs, and that's still even pending that tiebreaker. And then the Bucks I have least important if they win or lose because they still have to play Carolina twice. And it's really just a two-horse race for the division. So if they could lose this week and still beat Carolina twice, and I think they'll make the playoffs, and that's it's really the end goal, I think, in the regular season, just get to the dance and anything could happen. So I
Yeah,
don't
and
Well,
it's
when you put it
know.
like that and you lay out the facts, then it makes a lot more sense.
And it's
I'm
funny
just
'cause
going
I
off the dome
disagree.
here. I'm like, all right.
Okay.
And it's funny because I disagree with all of you. So I thought it was I was blown away when Kevin said it, and then when Bob was like, "Oh, I have the opposite," I was like, "Oh, Bob's gonna agree with me." I thought the Chiefs need to win the most because the Cowboys, like, I think how the Cowboy because the Cowboys are still in the division with the Giants and the Commanders. They suck. Like the Chiefs are in a division with the Broncos and the Chargers. And I don't know if three teams from the West are going to make it. So you got Bills, Patriots. We're going to assume they make it. We got Ravens or Steelers, I think, right?
One or the other, probably.
And then Chargers, Broncos. I swear, I think it's going to be Colts, Jaguars. I think those two. I think the Chiefs need to win this game, or they're going to be 5-6. And if the Jaguar, that means the Colts have won another game. And that means if the Jaguars win, they have like a 3-game lead on the Chiefs
And the tiebreaker.
and the tiebreaker. So I thought it was the Chiefs that needed to win the most, then Dallas, and then the reasons you gave Bob with the Buccaneers. Yeah, Baker needs to prove himself, but the reality is it's going to come down to beating the Panthers, and I would gamble my right arm over the Tampa Bay Buccaneers beating the Panthers.
I feel
Um,
the same way.
Yeah, I agree. But yeah, I think that if the Chiefs lose, I'd still have more faith in Mahomes winning out
yeah,
than I
They're gonna
would
have to win out probably if they lose with the tiebreaker. When I really think about it. Like 5-1 probably won't even do it. They probably have to go 6-0 the rest of the way if they lose this week.
but that's something that the Chiefs just like they do.
Yeah, they
Like
could just
and
turn
you're
on the
like,
switch.
of course, Mahomes. And then he starts getting these calls at the end of the year, and people are like, they're back. It's just that's just
yeah.
the modern
I
day
mean,
NFL.
the Chiefs' schedule after the Colts is on the road versus Dallas. I would bet the Chiefs. At home versus the Texans, I'd bet the Chiefs.
No.
At home versus the Chargers, I'd bet the Chiefs. On the road versus the Titans, I'd bet the Chiefs. And at home versus the Broncos, I guess I'd bet the Chiefs. So I'm not saying they can't win out. I'm just saying they would have to.
They would have to.
And if you look at the past 2 years, the Chiefs don't blow people out. They're close games. Something bizarre could happen.
They do kind of turn up towards the end of the season too, though. I feel like their record in December is like absurd the past like 5 or 6 years.
It's really a shame they didn't make a play for a running back. They
Brees
Well,
had a
Hall.
running back, somebody to rejuvenate the running game, like a Brees Hall. Like then they could have just taken off.
Probably.
Patrick Mahomes' record in December in his career is 26-6.
Yeah.
That's good.
Really good.
Yeah, so Kevin's got some points. I don't know. I think that all these teams need to win, but yeah, I don't know. We'll see. According to Bobby's power rankings, one win could make you number one or off the power rankings. So it's really each win is a roller coaster ride in this league.
Oh yeah. You'll wait. You wait and see.
You're getting a lot of information game to game.
All right.
You do. That's
So
right, Kev.
third topic. This one's more just an opinion base. I feel like these quarterbacks are all kind of in the same group. The question to you guys is who is more likely to win a Super Bowl in their career? Sam Darnold, Baker Mayfield, Daniel Jones, or Jared Goff? If you need me to repeat it, let me know.
I can go first.
Okay.
I have Baker as my number one. And this is like kind of, I mean, I don't know if this is situation dependent. But let's say they're all equal. They all have the same team, even.
It could be the team they're on. I feel like one of the reasons I wrote these quarterbacks, I feel like all four teams are pretty good too.
Yeah, that's true. I think Baker, if their defense gets a little bit better, like they make some splash moves for defense, he's probably my number one. He has all the intangibles. He's a fiery guy. He's a leader. He runs. He's got the moxie, like everyone says. He's a great passer. I have him as my number one. Two, Goff. Uh, but only if they win their conference. He has to play in good weather. So he needs to go in the dome the entire playoffs and then play in like a sunny or a dome stadium in the Super Bowl if I have any confidence in him. Number three, I have Darnold. I think Darnold's good, but something about that big game. We saw it last year in the playoffs with the Vikings. We saw it this past week against the Rams. Something gets to him in that big game. And then last I have Daniel Jones. I feel like I was kind of starting to believe in him this season, but watching him a little more, I feel like it's like waiting for the chariot to turn back into the pumpkin. Like, when's he gonna stop throwing to the first read and have to make a play and then throw it an interception that's gonna cost the team the game? So that's my list.
Kev, do you
I
agree? Disagree?
fully agree. I think especially Baker for like the leader mentality. Because once you get to the playoffs, it's like, all right, you really need to have a guy that can take you to the next level. And I think Baker could do that for a team. The only thing I'd be worried about with him is his play style. He might only have 2 or 3 more years left of being able to roll out of the pocket and throw and take a hit like he normally does. We're
Yeah.
not going to see him running and, you know, instead of like sliding and being a yard short of the first down in the playoffs, he's been diving, which is fine. You want your quarterback to do it, but it's not sustainable until he's 35. Where you see a guy like Goff, perfect system quarterback, he can do this until he's 38, just sitting in the pocket, making throws and handing the ball off.
Yeah. I do disagree with you guys slightly. So I would personally, I mean, listen, I like Baker so much more than Goff. Our, I could make an argument that Goff has made it to a Super Bowl. I could make an argument Goff probably should have won that Super Bowl. Maybe that also hurts him. The only so I would still take Baker than Goff. I would just say Daniel Jones over Darnold. Daniel Jones, it's Patrick and Nick would never remember this, but he did play a playoff game. He did dominate. He was borderline perfect. And I have never in my life seen Sam Darnold play a competent game of importance, like not once. So I agree with you guys in the top two. I just, based on what I've seen, I would pick Daniel Jones over Sam Darnold. I mean, this is the same guy. I know he was young, but this is the guy who said I saw ghosts versus the Patriots. Like, it seems like every big game he can't throw the ball. Like it's weird. At least Daniel Jones can run if he really feels the pressure. Um,
Throw the ball, Sam. God
yeah,
damn
the Vikings announcers, I think the Viking announcers agree with me too. Like you can't hold the ball that long. Um, so I agree with Baker and Goff. And then I think it's a huge drop off, but then I would say Daniel Jones and then Darnold. I think Daniel Darnold is a much better passer. I've just seen Daniel Jones in a playoff game, and I've never seen Sam Darnold perform well, ever.
If Sam Darnold keeps up what he's doing, he could very easily be the next Philip Rivers, where he puts up insane regular season numbers, but never amounts to anything in the playoffs.
Or he's a Kirk Cousins.
Or yeah, or he
I
just gets
think
paid and then falls off
I
everywhere.
think his ceiling is Philip Rivers, but I think he'd be more like a Kirk Cousins.
a good one.
Yeah, I can see that.
A little more mobile, but I like the comparison.
Yep. All right. This one is strictly for Jets fans. I'm not going to answer this one. Kevin, I don't in the email there's the list. So basically the question is if you are a New York Jets fan, I have 7 quarterbacks who are very, very young. These quarterbacks in no particular order are Bo Nix, Dart, Caleb Williams, Jaden Daniels, Michael Penix Jr., Drake May, and Cam Ward. You can start from 7 to 1 or 1 to 7, but who would you, if you could choose for the Jets franchise, this quarterback, rank these 7 quarterbacks that you can have on your roster going forward?
Oh, Bob, you got to go first. I got to look at this and think here.
Okay, I'll go first. I'll start 7 and go to 1.
Okay.
Number 7, I have Michael Penix Jr. as the quarterback I'd want least. Um, I think he's going on his like third or fourth, or maybe even I don't know, maybe it's a second knee surgery, but he just can't stay healthy. Doesn't seem very consistent when he plays. He's not mobile. Um, I don't know. I don't really like his game. He's an accurate passer, but besides that, uh, not a big fan. I have him as my 7. Number 6, I have Bo Nix. I will always be a non-believer. Uh, Honestly, I don't know if he'd be Denver's quarterback if they didn't have the best defense in the league and a coach that absolutely adores him. Treats him like it's his son. Uh, if he's on the Jets, I don't know if he. I think we might have booted him out of the building by now. Number five, I have Cam Ward, an unfinished product. I feel bad for him right now. I think he's gonna pop if he gets some more talent around him. We'll see if Tennessee can do that, or if he's gonna be one of those quarterbacks that gets traded after a couple of years. Number four, I have Caleb Williams. He scrambles around a little too much. It seems like he's like a hectic player, deer in the headlights sometimes even. But I think maybe if he settles down, he stops getting happy feet. He's gonna have a good career. He does have stacked weapons and a good offensive mind as his head coach. Number three, I have Jackson Dart. He's athletic. He sees the field well. Just slide, man. Stop fucking running and getting crushed. Number two, I have Jaden Daniels. I think without injury, like this season, let's say before this season, he would probably easily been my number one guy, which does scare me. Probably keeps me from keeping him at one. But I think he actually might be the most overall talented player on this list in terms of athletic ability, arm, all that stuff. Number one, obviously, last guy left is Drake May, MVP candidate at 23. He's athletic. He has like a 75% completion percentage this year, or maybe even higher than that. And I hate that he's going to be in my division for 15 years. It doesn't stop coming. That we get franchise QB after franchise QB in our division. So it's my list of guys who had wanted the Jets, and hopefully the guy that we draft this upcoming season is number one on this list, beats out Drake May, but that remains to be seen. So
All
that's
right.
it.
Yeah, I think I'm a lot like yours.
Well, Kevin,
Penix,
give me your
um,
7-1.
yeah. So Penix, same reasons. I mean, injuries. He's one of those guys coming out of college where it was either he's going to come into the NFL and never get injured and slowly become pretty good, and people would have faith, or he's going to do exactly what he's doing now, show spurts, have nagging injuries, and slowly fade off, which is exactly what's happening. Um, I'd probably go Cam Ward, 6. I think that him taking these hits in the pocket is going to ruin his career unless another team comes in and gives him, like, honestly, like 2 to 3 years to get used to sitting in a pocket and throwing the ball. We're going to see him do what Caleb Williams is doing now and get happy feet. But I don't think he's as skilled as Caleb, where we see Caleb coming in at number 5, being able to do what Cam Ward is was having to do, but to success, if that makes sense. He's rolling out of the pocket, making these Mahomes-esque throws. But now that his offense is getting better, he's also sitting in and making some great plays and quick thought, just reaction type plays. So I think he has a lot left, obviously, of potential to grow.
Yeah.
So what's that leave us with? We're on 4 now.
Yeah.
Fours. See, here's between Dart and Bo Nix. I'm a big believer, but I think it has to be Bo at 4, just from
Get
what
him
we've
off the
seen.
podcast, Mike. Kick him from the room. This is a non-believer podcast only.
Yeah, well, the problem is that Bo just, like, he has these intangibles and he has a organization that's going to stick with him. And part of being a Jets fan is knowing what it's like not to develop quarterbacks when they have, bad seasons. And Bo hasn't even had a terrible season yet. So if they're going to let him develop, he's only going to get better. Look at Josh Allen. And next would be Dart. Dart, same reasons. He looks great. Honestly, his arm, like, he's a great runner, but I'd love to see him run a little less and use his arm if he has Malik Neighbors and these guys that are developing while Neighbors is out still in the offense. And then that leaves us between Jaden Daniels and Drake May.
Mm.
I'm gonna go Drake May 2, Jaden Daniels 1. Drake May, I mean, I know he's an MVP candidate, and right now he's better, but I'd rather have Jaden Daniels for the long run because, I mean, this guy's maybe the most athletic quarterback we've seen since RG3 and has a better arm, and he's smarter. I mean, look how fast he went on the offense last year. So I think I'd take Jaden Daniels 1, especially if you put him I know their offense is not bad, but it's not the best. If you put him in Drake May's offense with Travion Henderson, Stephon Diggs, and Butte, a healthy Butte, I think he'd do better, honestly.
Okay. All right. That's interesting. That's interesting what your thought processes were. I wouldn't change a lot. I'm glad Dart is number 3 and not number 7. So I have one of these quarterbacks. It's a nice feeling.
I hate how high I am on the Giants. I don't really, I've never really been a fan, so I hate that I actually have to like, I think they're gonna do well next year, and I think he's good.
So do I.
Did a one complete 180 on Dart. I thought he was gonna be terrible. But
I
Yeah.
had
after
a feeling
watching him, it's like, all right, I see this. I see the vision.
I had a good feeling when I really did a deep dive in him. He was a baller. Um, yeah, it's a good
You
feeling.
didn't get any like I was like, this is gonna translate. He's playing college ball. You didn't see any of that.
Uh, no, I didn't really care about the clapping thing that Gruden seemed to care about so much. I did a deep dive and I did this with Bob and I'm sure someone else like Nick. He had 39 starts at the SE at USC and Ole Miss. 39 starts in an SEC conference is a lot. And he dominated. And I just think that that is the difference between a lot of these quarterbacks. I think a lot of these quarterbacks come in with just not like I think Bo Nix, one of his advantages is he played for like 7 years in college. Um, so he can handle a crowd, he can handle the media, he can handle the pressure. Sometimes like people can't do that because they'll like even I don't know about anyone on this list, but sometimes people play it like they'll play it like Baylor for 2 years and then they'll transfer into LSU or I don't know. I just think how many starts he had really was a good thing, and then he did dominate. So,
Before
so
we move on, the one question I have, so all the guys on this list, do you trade Jackson? If you're the GM of the Giants, all these general managers of these quarterbacks call you up and they want to make a trade, would you trade Jackson Dart for any of these guys?
no, there's only one combination I would trade Dart for, and that would be Drake May, but he has to come with Josh McDaniels. But then I also can't make Josh McDaniels my head coach. So it's a very tricky situation. I would trade Dart. Obvious. This is obvious. I would trade Dart for the entire Patriots coaching staff and Drake May. But that's like obvious.
Yeah.
But no, I wouldn't trade Drake May for Dart straight up because I think if Dart was in the Patriots system, he would be thriving right now. This OC for the Patriots is the key, guys. Just like Mac Jones looks fine with the 49ers, like coaching staffs matter, schemes matter, offensive line and running games matter. Like,
Well, schedules matter too.
yes, yes, but Dart's been looking fine individually, just the team can't compete. We've also been decimated with injuries.
But what I mean, like, is Drake May looks amazing because his OC's group good. I wouldn't say great, but they're beating up on these terrible teams.
Sure.
So that's why he's not my. That's honest, like a big reason he's not my number one. I
Yeah.
think we've seen Jaden Daniels in very like difficult games be able to step up and be the guy when
Yeah.
he was a rookie. So what says he can't do it for the rest of his career?
Fair.
Good point.
Uh, Last one. This one's more for fun because I read this and I just was baffled by it. And clearly, I'm just a much lazier human being than every person out there. Uh, Thoughts on James Franklin joining Virginia Tech? Joining that team, he will now only be receiving 9 out of the $49 million that they owed him. So Penn State just got off the hook for 40 million just because he wanted to go back to coaching. What are your thoughts on that? And would you guys have just retired?
I would have retired. I guess he really loves coaching though, but like the grind of coaching and scouting and dealing with all these young people all the time,
Oh my
I
God.
would not trade $40 million for that. I'd go live on a golf course somewhere, buy a home, Florida, California, wherever, and just relax.
Yeah,
Yeah.
1000%. I mean, that's why we're not these guys coaching.
Yeah. True.
But I would totally take the money and run.
Coach O from LSU, when they were firing him, he was like, I can't do his accent. But he's like, well, I'm going to keep all the money. And they're like, yeah. He's like, great. He just is like living his great life on the beach the past 5 years. Like,
Well,
oh,
he knew he peaked. He had one of the greatest college teams of all time. You're never going to get a better team than that. You have a ring, get out.
yeah. I just, God bless him. He's going to Virginia Tech. He's going to be in the ACC.
Tough job too.
It's a
What's
very
yeah,
tough
what
job.
is he
I'm
thinking?
surprised he didn't go somewhere within the Big Ten and try to get revenge on Penn State. But a lot of coaches who leave these programs, they tend to bring players with them. I'm very, very curious to see if this guy, James Franklin, not only brings coaches with him, like assistants and scouts, but what if Penn State, and I don't know, because it's Virginia Tech, what if Penn State loses like 15, 20 guys? Like Penn State might look really bad here if James Franklin does really well at Virginia Tech, because James Franklin, you always have to remember what James Franklin, where did he start? He started after the Patino scandal, where Penn State was what they were like 1-9. They were horrible because they were crushed because they allowed these little boys to get raped for like 20 years. I'm being serious, Bob. So
Why are you smiling, Bob?
Yeah, you'd have to say it so explicitly of what they were allowing.
they did it. I didn't do it. They did
I
it. So anyway, yeah, I'm dying to see what happens now at 8 with Virginia Tech. I hope they do really well, and but I would not have went back to coaching.
I mean, if you're Penn State, what's stopping you from taking the 40 million you just saved and immediately throwing at these kids in NIL? Like you were gonna spend the money anyway. Retain the talent. Don't let your team get absolutely decimated because your head coach left.
You're right. All right, we're done with that. We're on to our two big not two, our couple, whatever, just a couple big segments we do every single week. It is Bobby's top 10, and then Kev, because you're on, you're going to do the pick'ems of every game. Tell us who's going to win, who's going to lose. No spreads, straight up. So we're going to start with Bob.
Power
Rankings.
rankings.
All right, Bob, I'm dying to see it. Who makes your top 10?
Number 10. Not ranked last week, but welcome to the show, the San Francisco 49ers.
They're back. All
They're
right.
back. 7-4. You survive with Mac Jones. You get Brock Purdy back. I think they will cruise to a playoff spot. I have the 49ers as my number 10 team. Number 9. This one is rather controversial. I really wanted to take them off. Cannot take them off just yet. The Kansas City Chiefs down from number 2 to number 9. One more loss, they're gone. But they just can't find a win a close game this year. And I think that's what happens in the NFL, kind of evens out. It seemed like last year they won every single close game. This year they're losing every single close game. Number 9, I have the Chiefs. Number 8, stays like before. The Indianapolis Colts. On a bye week, you don't go up, you don't go down. Number 7, Alex Deedza, congratulations. I promise I'm a man of my word. The Broncos, number 7 on my list after not being ranked for probably too long. Best defense in football. That's all I'll say about them. Number 6, the Detroit Lions down one spot from number 5. You lose a tough game. You go to Philadelphia. You go for a fourth down like 20 times and you can't get it. I think they're still good, but they may have to play on the road on the playoffs, play on the road in the playoffs, which is just uh-oh. So, um, number 5, they actually went up a spot despite losing. I have the Seahawks as my number 5 team. You lose a game on the road that came down to the final play when your quarterback throws 4 picks. I can't really find a way to ding you for that. I don't know why they moved up. I guess all these other teams I just didn't like much more. So the Seahawks are my number 5 team. Number 4, up and down they go. The Buffalo Bills is my number 4 team, up from number 9 last week. You beat a good Bucs team, Josh Allen with a dominant performance, 6 total touchdowns, 3 passing, 3 on the ground. Bills number 4. Number 3, up one spot from last week. The Philadelphia Eagles. They beat the Lions at home. Their defense is for real. They had Goff in hell. They had Gibbs whenever he tried to rush on the inside, an absolute hell. So Eagles are my number 3 team. Number 2, up one spot from last week. The Patriots. Do I think that they're gonna be the team that represents the NFC in the Super Bowl? I do not. But they're winners of 8 in a row, and I can't really find a way to have them other than number 2 on this list. And number 1, it stays like before. those Los Angeles Rams. It came down to the end. They didn't really look. They looked okay, but they won. Can't ding them for winning a game against a good team. So the Rams are my number one team. And just some honorable mentions. This is probably my 11 through 15. I have the Bears, the Ravens, the Packers, the Jaguars, and the Chargers to round out the list.
No Buccaneers?
I meant to put them in the honorable mentions
Okay.
instead of the Chargers. Good call.
Instead of the Chargers, not the Ravens.
The Ravens are on there.
Honorable mentions.
Honorable mentions.
The Seahawks beat the Chiefs. The Seahawks beat the Seahawks being number 5. They're number 5, right?
Hmm.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. That
What do
is
you think they should be? They're good.
Who'd you have ranked 6?
The Lions,
Lions beat the Seahawks. Who'd you have ranked 7th?
The Broncos.
the
Broncos
Broncos,
beat the Seahawks. Who'd you have ranked 8th?
Colts.
Colts.
Colts. Okay. I would put them right around 7, 7, 8.
It's
These are my
Bobby.
power rankings.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's Bobby's. I would have said, I mean, you really must hate the Broncos because they're so good. I would have had the Broncos and the Seahawks probably switched. But it's yours. It's
They're
your
mine.
rankings.
They're,
Yes.
they're your power rank. I mean, I have to give props to you for putting the Patriots up that high. I wouldn't be able to do that. I would, I
Won
would
8 in
write,
a
I
row.
would
They're
write
really
out
good.
the schedule bias and say that they're 7.
Okay.
All
We
right.
shifted all these teams up and moved the Patriots down low. Is that
No, they are. I just hate to say it. I hate to say it.
Kevin, we are moving on to tourney time. So this week I'm gonna literally let you pick my tourney time. If you win, I win like $500. I don't know. Will I cash you up $100? Probably, but I'm not promising too much. But you are making the picks for the week. We start with Thursday night football. Remember, no spreads, straight up. Bills at Houston. Who wins?
At Houston Bills.
Steelers at Bears.
I saw a cool stat about this. The Bears haven't the Bears haven't lost to the Steelers at home since like 96. But then Rodgers' record against the Bears is like 25-5. I take the Bears. The Bears.
Rodgers gonna play?
I think he's playing.
He's playing through injury. Oh God. We're gonna see like the photo of Rodgers sacked, like laying on the ground, helmet half off. It's gonna be one of those games for Rodgers.
All right.
Bears
Patriots.
then steps up.
Patriots at Bengals.
Patriots at Bengals. Pats.
All right. New York Giants at the Lions.
Giants at Lions. Oof. Lions. Giants are gonna make that close though, because Winston's just gonna fling that thing.
I think the Lions are gonna score 40 points on them.
Yeah, if they give Gibbs the ball. If they
Yeah.
give Gibbs the ball, they're unbeatable.
I hope not. I wrote that little fun fact in power rankings. They haven't give the Gibbs more than 17. They give Gibbs more than 17 carries once this entire year.
I was reading that during lunch break, and it actually like my blood started to boil. I had to like stop. I had to get back to work. I was like, this is insane. I thought you were lying at first.
Vikings at Packers.
Vikings at Packers. Ooh. Packed. Definitely the Packers.
The Colts at the Chiefs.
Damn, this is gonna be a good game. The Chiefs slide. Keep sliding. Take the Colts.
Oh, okay.
I think that's a game that wins you this week. If you win this week, that's like a pick that wins you the week.
Seattle at the Titans.
Seattle.
Do you want me to turn this to you? Okay, get out of here.
Hey, Allison.
Allison
Yeah,
wants to
Allison.
Here, I'll turn it. Can you get out of here? You're distracting me.
Okay.
Okay. I'll edit that out. Get out of here. You gotta close the door. I can't look at you. She's making faces at me. Seattle at the Titans.
Seattle. Lock it in.
Jets at the Ravens.
Ravens.
The Jaguars at the Cardinals.
Ooh, that's gonna be an interesting game. There's Jacoby's coming off an all-time completion record, 47 completions, but Cardinals lose.
Okay. Browns at the Raiders.
Oh god, this could be a shit fest. The Raiders.
Okay.
think the Browns are gonna win.
Going favorites every pick. I don't really have any upsets here.
Eagles at the Cowboys.
Oh, that's gonna be a great game at the Cowboys. Do the Eagles have any injuries that I don't know about? No.
I think they're what's the guy? Who's their longtime Lane Johnson? I think he has a Liz Frank. He's out like 3 weeks or something like that, three to
Yeah,
four weeks.
he's still out, right?
No.
Because when they first played, the defensive line for the Cowboys was unreasonably good,
Now they have Quentin Williams.
and now they have Quentin Williams,
He looked
and they
like a
have Pickens,
monster.
and they have Pickens and CD playing at an all-time great.
Who wins, Kevin?
Sorry. Give me the Cowboys. I like the Cowboys upset.
Falcons at the Saints.
Falcons at Saints. Falcons.
Buccaneers at the Rams. Sunday Night Football.
Wait. That was at Saints.
Yes.
Saints.
Oh.
Yeah, home games.
Buccaneers at the Rams. Sunday Night Football.
Rams, unfortunately.
And finally, Monday Night Football. Panthers at 49ers.
49ers.
All right. Just actually, no, I'll just save it. All right. Those are your picks. Those will be posted. They will be saved. Bob, give me your, because Kevin already gave his prediction. Bob, what is your Thursday Night Football winner and the score?
All right, no CJ Stroud, so it is Mills Mafia versus Bills Mafia. Bills have a top five offense against probably Houston's top five defense. The Bills have a bottom 10 defense against a backup QB. I think this is going to be a fun game in the dome. Give me the Bills 27, the Texans 20.
Oh, close one. All right, guys. Worst, best takes of the weeks, last minute shout outs. Allison's ready to go to bed, so let's get this fast. Bob, Kev, what is your worst take of the week? Kev, what is your worst take of the year?
The year. Oh wow. Bob,
So,
I got to think about that one. I haven't had any major takes.
I think I have to finally own up to it. It's leaving the Broncos off my power rankings for too long. They beat a good team. They're not on my rankings though because of their offense. They're on my rankings because of their defense. They have the best defense in the NFL, and I slept on it for too long. Defense matters. It's my worst take.
okay.
Yep, mine's probably Bill. Taking being high on Bill and trading away Rashee Rice for maybe a third string running back on any team
Yeah,
is
that's brutal. Um, I wanted to go last with my worst take of the week. And if you guys don't mind, then I want to go first with my best take of the week. So I want to go back to back. So basically, my worst take of the week was my dad. And I think, Kevin, you might have seen this. I'm not sure. But my dad has this collection of Christmas houses. They're like little glass Christmas houses that he usually sets up in this room. And he didn't set it up. And I went over there and I was like, why didn't you set it up in this room? And he was like, well, I can't move that TV by myself. It's too big. So I have to, like, you can't do it without moving that TV. We need to move this TV. So I go, can I do it when you're gone in New Jersey this weekend? Like, I'll set up the whole Christmas houses. And he's like, you can't because the TV's too big. You can't do it. And I was like, like, I kind of like blew him off. Try to move the TV. I destroyed the TV. It was broken. I had to apologize. I had to eat a lot of shit. He yelled at me. He's like, I told you. I was like, I know I'm wrong. This is brutal. So that was my worst take of the week, was thinking my dad was wrong and I was right. Uh, but my best take of the week, so that TV cost me a lot of money. It was a couple $100 and I was kind of devastated on Saturday. But then my best take of the week was last week. I won pick'ems. I went 13-2. I won $450, which kind of was the cost of the TV. And I kind of felt like, whoa, okay, I broke even,
Clean slate.
clean slate. I thought it was hilarious that even though I won pick'ems, one of the teams I got wrong was still the Falcons. Even if I go 13-2, I can go 15-1. I cannot get the Falcons right. no matter what I do, I can't read them. Um, so that was my worst take of the week was thinking I was smarter than my dad, and my best take of the week was going 13-2 and winning the money back that I had just spent for the brand new TV. So
I
Yeah,
like it. Perfect.
that's
Perfect karma. Best and
yes,
worst.
yes. What was your best take of the week, guys?
I said that the Bills Bucs game was going to be high scoring. I think it delivered to a T. We had Josh Allen running around doing his thing. Baker doing his thing as well. Tristan Wirfs blocking like 20 yards upfield on running plays. It was a fun game to watch. And I saw it coming. I thought it was going to be high scoring, so we got it.
Okay. Kev, best take of the week or the year?
I'll do week, but I didn't post it anywhere, so nobody knows this. But I was really high on the Broncos. I think that pick is going to bring back my betting picks to the channel on Instagram. I stopped sending in videos because I started losing, and I was like, I want to
Hey,
just
keep
work
going. You
something
gotta
on
keep
trade
going.
again. Well, I'm not going to dust it. I'm not just going to throw out picks and lose every week. Sorry, Dust, but I think I've got it back. I got the mojo back, and I'm coming in hot this week.
All right. Last minute shout outs. Does anyone want to go first?
Kev, you go first this one.
Shout out Tyrod Taylor for starting for the Jets this weekend. Big beam.
JTS.
Maybe we see a rook play.
Uh, God, that's depressing if
I
that's your.
want Brady Cook to play.
My last minute shout out is Patrick is moving back to Tampa. I am very, very excited. So my last minute shout out to you is to you, Pat. You came to your senses and realized that Jersey sucks and there's absolutely no reason to live there because even if you make it big and make a lot of money, it's going to be taxed to death. So get out of there. I'm excited to get him back. My dream has been for Nick and Pat to both move back to Tampa. Fun fact, me, Nick, and Pat have not all lived in the same spot. Not vacations, just lived in the same spot since I was 18. So now I just need to get Nick back to Tampa somehow. That'd be really, really fun. Just have my two brothers here in Tampa.
Mikey lives with Nick now.
Yes, the odd couple.
Oh,
So,
I
God.
can't wait to see how that goes.
yep, that's my last minute shout out. Thank God Pat is back where he belongs in the Sunshine State. It was 75 degrees today, just like it'll be for 6 months. So beautiful. Bob, last minute shout out.
Last minute shout out. Happy Thanksgiving, everyone. I'm
Oh yeah.
going down to Long Island to see my family on Monday. So I don't think we're gonna be doing the podcast next week. At least me and you, Mike, aren't. So happy Thanksgiving, everyone. I hope you have a great long week with your family and friends. And thanks for listening and subscribing and liking our videos. And that's it. That's it for me.
All right. Thanks, Kev, for coming on.
Have a good night, guys.
Thank you,
Thanks for
Kev.
having me.